it's Tahara. Welcome to my channel. So, I'm going to be talking about something that I don't know if it bothers anybody else, but it bothers me. And it's sexist, in my opinion. Maybe no one else is going to agree, but no hate comments in the comments below. And let's get into it. So, basically, every so often, I will see a video of like maybe I don't know if it's Disney World, Disneyland, or maybe it's a little bit of both. But it'll show like people dressed up as the Disney princesses, and I would see these princesses. I a lot of times I see them like with their love interest from the movie dancing, or whatnot. Or I would just see like I saw one where because it was like this grand entrance about Pocahontas' return. I don't follow Disneyland or Disney World stuff, so I didn't know Pocahontas wasn't there. I don't know all that. But and Mulan will be dancing there too. And this time she was just dancing by herself, no love interest, it was just the princess. And I have a problem with this because every time I see her, she has long hair, wearing makeup, wearing a dress. And this isn't the only thing because if you buy a Mulan doll, I mean, maybe there's dolls of her in armor, but I've never seen one. I've seen her wearing dresses, long hair, and I think this is sexist because it takes away the entire point of the movie. She was suffocating in dresses and makeup and pretending to be this girl, okay? And I'm watching Bridgerton for the first time. I'm not big on sexy scenes. I don't like that, okay? But I have decided that if I skip those scenes, it doesn't take anything away from the story. I can still understand what's going on. So that's what I've been doing because I have been interested in the storyline itself. I like a lot of those older time shows I've noticed. And Eloise has the same problem. This isn't. It's like she's ahead of her time. She doesn't care about dresses or because I just started season 2 and she doesn't care about dresses or makeup or being this, and she keeps getting overstimulated, overwhelmed because that's not who she is. She feels like she's suffocating, especially season 2 where she's being forced because she missed out on season 1 because her mom gave her another year, but now she has to be part of this season and um, be a debutante or whatever, and she's suffocating because it's not who she is, because she doesn't want marriage or romance, or she wants to read. She wants to find a career and be herself without a man or a marriage or children. And Mulan was the same way. I mean, yes, she does fall in love, and yes, she's okay with marriage. And it's unclear if she cares about. Well, I mean, actually, no, because in the beginning of the second movie, she did mention having a lot of kids. I think. No. It was Li Shang that said he wanted a lot of kids. I think she said she only wanted maybe one or two. So she's still okay with kids as long as there's not too many. Um, but I have an issue with this because they are portraying Mulan as this feminine girl, which takes the point. Which this is another issue because it goes back to Encanto as well, okay? Encanto, Isabella was the feminine one, which was good. I mean, yeah, she was suffocating, having to be perfect all the time, but even in the end, when she found herself and she wasn't perfect all the time, she still wore dresses and stuff because she is still more on the feminine side. Louise is not. But Louise is the one that everyone loved. She's the one that little girls fell in love with, okay? She's honestly probably my favorite character as well. I love Louisa. She was a lot of fun. Um, but then when they made dolls for Encanto, they made Maribel and Isabella dolls. Maribel probably because she's the main character, and even though she's not overly feminine like um, Isabella, she's not underly feminine like Luisa. And then they made Isabella dolls because everyone assumed, oh, she's the one that little girls are gonna love. She's the one the little girls are gonna want to own. They were wrong. Everyone wanted Louisa dolls, but they didn't even consider making Louisa dolls because if they didn't want to make dolls for every Encanto character, fine. But I do think they should have at least made the characters of Maribel, Isabella, and Luisa because at the end of the day, they were the three main characters. Yes, Maribel is the main character, but Isabella and Luisa have huge storylines as well. Luisa with her losing her strength and freaking out because she feels like she has to be strong all the time, and then Isabella feeling like she has to be perfect all the time and finally giving up that ideal that her grandmother said. At the end of the day, it's about three of them and their troubles, their everything they're going through, and the fact that the pressure from the town and their family is mostly on three of them, not even their cousins, really. Louisa has to do everything. Isabel has to be perfect, and Maribel, just because she doesn't have a gift, is kind of shunned. So it's about their troubles, all three of them. I mean, all three of them are the ones that got solo songs, anyways. Um, None of the cousins got solo songs. Yeah, they sang in group numbers and stuff, but they didn't get solo songs. The three of them all got solo songs. They were the main characters. But they didn't even consider making a Louisa doll. Why? Because Louisa wasn't feminine enough. Because she was too butch. She was too strong and stuff. She wasn't delicate like Flower, like Isabella, or even Maribel. And this is a problem. And I have this problem with Mulan too. I love Mulan, okay? Mulan is I will never consider Mulan a Disney princess. I don't care what anyone says. Because I love Mulan, but I don't care. I know Disney clarified princesses to be if you like save your country, you're considered a princess. I don't think so. You're either born princess or you marry into it. I love Mulan. She's my favorite character out of all the princesses, but I'll never consider her an actual Disney princess because she's not a princess. Raya is a princess because she's daughter of the chief. Jasmine's a princess because she's daughter of the sultan. Merida's daughter of chief. She's a princess. Um, just like the Encanto people, they're not princesses. I don't think they're considered princesses though. So, but anyways, I digress because that's not the point of this video. But it's just I see Mulan portrayed feminine, and it makes me angry because she's feminine at the very beginning of the movie. So I mean, how long is the beginning before she cuts her hair and steals her dad's armor? Probably at least 10 to 20 minutes at most. She's shown with long hair, wearing dresses, wearing makeup, and she hated it. And then the second movie, I mean, yeah, it's not a big time jump, so she couldn't grow her hair out if she wanted to, but it was clear that she likes the short hair. She is wearing pants now because she doesn't have to hide being, well, the general saving China. And so why is she always portrayed wearing dresses, makeup, long hair when she literally only had 10 to 20 minutes in the movie looking like that? Whether it's people dressed up in with her on Disneyland, Disney World, whatever it is, or it's dolls you can purchase. Just like in Encanto. Why did they only have Isabella and Maribel dolls and not Luisa? Because she wasn't feminine enough. And everyone wanted a Luisa dolls because they loved her. Because not every girl dreams of the prince fantasy or want to be like Aurora or Snow White or Cinderella. Some girls want to be like Louisa or Mulan, and that's okay. It's okay if you want to be like Aurora or Snow White or any of those other princesses. It's okay if you want to dream of a life with marriage and children. That is okay, but so is not wanting that. And I don't like when people try to tell people that first of all you have to want that, because no, you don't. So, or people that don't want that try to shame people feeling guilty for wanting that. Neither option is wrong, and I've seen it on both ways. People get so mad when people shame them for not wanting marriage and kids, but then they will go around shaming people for wanting marriage and kids. It's wrong on either side. Do not shame anything for their wants or dreams. If they dream to be a wife and mother and don't want a career, that is fine. If they want to be a wife and mother and have a career, that is fine. If they don't want to be a wife or mother and just want a career, that is fine as well. It is all fine. It's all about choice, the woman's choice. So why is it if I wanted to buy a Mulan doll right now, I would find a Mulan with long hair, makeup, and a dress. She's not Aurora. She's not Snow White. She's not Cinderella. She's not any of them. Even the ones, I mean, she's just not like them. And yes, she has romance because at the end of the day, yeah, she can be masculine and still fall in love. She can be not too feminine and still fall in love, and she did. Yeah, her story. She's one of the most empowered princesses, but she still has a love story because that's okay too. And it's okay for princesses to not have a love story because people could keep complaining, "Where's the romance in these princess movies?" We've gotten plenty of them, and it's okay for us to have some that's not too because I don't want romance all the time. I want some stories that don't have any romance at all. My book I'm currently writing, Tales of the Grim Reaper, doesn't have any romance. There's a little bit talk of with the main character and her old lover, but you don't even really get to see them. Maybe just hear about them because there's no romance. Because sometimes it's okay to have no romance. I keep getting off topic. But the point is, why is it that we can't be? I mean, I say this as someone who is feminine. I am a feminine person. I have long hair, which you can probably tell. I don't wear makeup though. But I like jewelry sometimes. I don't wear it as often as I want to sometimes. Um, except for one necklace that I wear a lot. I'm not wearing it right now, obviously, but I wear my dad's ashes necklace all the time. But I am feminine, but I don't wear makeup. I do like jewelry. I like dresses. I don't do heels though. But I will wear sandals and flip flops, which I prefer over tennis shoes. And obviously, I have long hair, and I love to do my hair. I love to curl it sometimes. I will love to braid it or just find different hairstyles. I've been trying to find new hairstyles for my hair because I've been doing the same old hairstyles and I want something different. And so and I'm also a lesbian, and the kind of women I am attracted to are the more feminine type. So, but there's nothing wrong with butch women. There's nothing wrong with not being feminine. And I'm saying this as someone who is feminine, who's attracted to femininity. And I'm saying this because at the end of the day, it's okay to not be butch. It's okay to not be. It's okay to be feminine. It's also okay to not be. And we should be able to see both sides in media. We should be able to. I mean, we have plenty of princesses who wear dresses. I mean, we have. I mean, look, Jasmine is one of them. She doesn't wear a dress. She wears like a crop top, I guess it kind of is, and then pants. But I'm pretty sure if I looked up a doll of her, it would show her in a dress. I want to check that out now. Okay, I'm looking up Jasmine dolls. Okay, I have some of her wearing like this. I don't think you guys can see it very well. It's not great, but it's a dress. Um, so I did find that, but surprisingly enough, I did find a doll of her wearing her exact outfit from the movie, including the pants, which surprised me a little. But she still looks feminine, so maybe that's why they don't have Mulan ones. Because I know I've looked at it before for the Mulan ones. Jasmine, I wasn't sure, so I'm actually, yeah, they have dolls of her wearing a dress, even though I don't think she ever wears a dress in the original. And once I've seen the original, I usually go to the live action, where she does actually wear dresses. Um, except for I think she does have a version of the Jasmine dress during her dancing with Aladdin in the live action, and I'm pretty sure that she's wearing pants. I might have to double check because I even watched that version. But yeah, and it just annoys me because I was talking about Virginia earlier. Because Louisa deserves a doll. She is butch. She deserves a doll. We don't need just dolls of people that look like Isabella, of people that look like Aurora, of people that look like them. Why can't we have? Everyone deserves. That's why I get so irritated when I see people complain about the fact that Mattel is starting to put out dolls for other for people, just so people can have representation. Because everyone deserves representation in the media, in dolls. People should be able to buy a doll that reminds them of them. I still remember when I was watching the new Monster High TV show for the first time. A show that's awesome, and I hate that people hate on it. They only hate on it because it's not the original. And I love the original. It will always have a soft spot in my head, my mind. But the original is not always that diverse. Yes, they claimed that Claudine was a lesbian, but they never showed it on screen. The actors just said it to seem diverse. I'm sorry, that's not diverse. Second of all, she gives me Arrow Ace vibes. But I digress. But in the show, Cleo and Frankie have an on-screen relationship. So it's showing the diversity on screen. Twyla is autistic. And when I showed my autistic sister the episode of Twyla's introduction for the first time, I could tell she can't really speak, but she loved it. Her big smile, she loved feeling represented. And yeah, every autistic person is different. So Emerald autism is different than Twyla's because obviously Emerald can't speak, Twyla can. But there are some things that about Twyla's character that Emerald can still relate to, like the fact that she has issues with noise, which is something that so does my sister. And I think even though she wasn't exact, you know, representation. She wasn't exactly like Emerald. She still felt represented in certain things about Twilight, and everyone deserves to be represented. That's why I am so big on getting some Arrow Ace representation, and why I write Arrow Ace characters in my books, because we deserve representation as much as anyone else. And Mattel has put out a diabetes doll, a autism doll, and I haven't actually seen that much discourse about the autism doll yet. But I also heard that about recently, so I might still hear discourse about it. But I know there was a lot of discourse over the diabetes doll, and I do not know why. Let people have a diabetes doll if they want a diabetes doll. You don't want a diabetes doll. You want your dolls to be unreasonably thin. That's another issue I have with the Monster High show. As much original Monster High movies, even though I love them, why are they all stick thin? And then why were people complaining when some of these characters in the new show? Because at the end of the day, they wanted these characters, these fit females, by the way, to be perfect. That is why people are preferring the original Monster High over the new Monster High. Because in the new Monster High, they're not stick thin. I mean, yes, there are some characters that are still rather skinny. They're not as skinny, I think, as the originals, because they had them literally stick thin, which is annoying. But they have characters that are a bit bigger. People were fast shaming Draculaura, Abby, and Caddy because they were a bit bigger. And that is why people have issues with the new Monster High. And it's annoying so much. Because why? Why do you want us women to have to be perfect? And that also takes away the whole point of Encanto about Isabella's character. And yet, they still should prove that they don't even understand the themes of their own movie. Because at the end of the day, they got, and do you know what doll I would love that they do not have? A doll of Isabella, but not from the beginning of the movie where she looks perfect. I want to see her at the end of the movie, because at the end of the movie she had all this color in her hair. Her hair was wild, she was a mess, and she was no longer perfect. And I think that encompassed Isabella's character arc. But no, when they got a doll of Isabella, it was still the prim, proper person she was pretending to be the entire movie. I know I came here to originally talk about Mulan, but then got mad about the whole Encanto thing as well as the Monster High thing. So I got a little off topic, but it is annoying. But I digress. But I wanted to talk about this because I hate it. I hate how every time it shows Mulan in Disney World, Disneyland, dressed up, whatever, that she's looking feminine, or in dolls, or the fact that Encanto didn't even get a Louise doll because they figured every girl would want the most feminine doll, or Monster High, how everyone hates on the new show just because it's actually diverse and shows all types of people. It shows autistic people, or it shows different body types in women, or gay relationships, or whatnot. So yeah, that's all I want to talk about. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment if this bothers you, and we will chat with you below in the comments. Till next time.